unsportsmanlike conduct by coaches and players. There will be no tolerance or any negative behavior such as taunting, trash talking, or verbal, written, physical conduct related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion. Such behavior will result in being ejected from this event. All participants must respect the game, respect the officials, and respect their opponents. We ask that you let the players play, the coaches coach, and the officials officiate. Thank you, and best of luck to the both teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Your attention to the center.
To Fry Field here at Governor Livingston High School. My name is David Phillip. Thank you for joining me here today on Governor Livingston High School television. It is a beautiful 74 degrees here in Berkeley Heights, New Jersey, up on the hill. Partly cloudy, not a drop of rain in sight. There hasn't been for weeks, so we should have a perfectly good game today. No rain, hopefully. Either way, we're getting ready to see this contest between your Governor Livingston Highlanders and the Lakeland Lancers. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Both of these teams losing their starting quarterbacks that played in the matchup last year. For Governor Livingston High School, it's Luciano Santamaria. GL majority of the time last year ran. Santamaria was a pretty good running quarterback. He didn't really have any issues. Colin Sabrick was on the opposing side for Lakeland at that last matchup. He was also pretty good, although Lakeland does play in the Super Football Conference, usually a more pass-heavy.
For a moment of silence. For a moment of silence. We ask that you please stand for a moment of silence. Stand. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We need to honor a friend of ours, Tom Lewis. Tom Lewis passed away earlier this month. Tom was the athletic director at Norway High School. He was the executive director of the Union County Athletic Conference. Moment of silence for Mr. Lewis. Thank you.
Now that moment of silence is over, I will continue as these two teams will take the field. Governor Livingston kicking off as the band starts to kick out. Sorry, Governor Livingston receiving. The Lancers kicking off as both of these teams get ready to start this competition. As I was saying, Colin Sabrick, the departing senior quarterback from Lakeland High School. He was a pretty good quarterback for the Lakers. Had a pretty good performance in this last competition. Went 10 for 16, 115 yards. Did throw an interception, but ultimately led his team to a 35-12 victory. That last matchup in 2024 was the only matchup played between these two teams. Governor Livingston, of course, having a decent amount of success.
For the Lakeland Regional. And we're off here in 2025 season start.
Ulvestovsky kicking off for Lakeland and a touchback for the Highlanders. So they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line, and that is where number 2, Mateo Laloya, the sophomore quarterback, will start to lead this team. Laloya didn't get a whole lot of game time last year. Actually, he didn't get really any game time. The only QB to play for the Highlanders last year was, I believe, Parker Chatfield, and I don't believe he attempted a pass. That was in the Friday Night Lights game here at Governor Livingston High School. Not to be confused with this game, which is Thursday night. You have as good of an explanation for that as I do. Either way.
Let's get fired up!
Laloya in the backfield, handing it off. We've got a new rotation in the backfield as well for the Highlanders, as that was number 28, Elijah Garcia, the sophomore as well. Short gain, perhaps 2 yards for what might be a 2nd and 8.
No gain on the play.
No gain. Retract what I said.
2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line.
2nd and 10 from the 20, I repeat. Laloya still with Garcia in the backfield for him. As I said, new backfield entirely. Luciano Santamaria was departing as Garcia trying to stretch the play to the right. Spun down by Tanner Wallace, number 5 for the Lakers. Sorry, for the Lancers. That is Mountain Lakes Lakers, not the Lakeland Lancers. Not the Lakeland Lakers. Either way. Short gain on that carry as well. Bringing up 3rd down. Jack Daly was the main running back for Governor Livingston High School last year. He had a pretty decent season. I would bring up his stats, except for the fact that NJ.com's stat page does not currently work for whatever reason. So I wasn't able to get that. Either way, 3rd down and 7, according to the PA. Man in motion. LaLoya rolling out to the right, throwing a pass over the head of his intended receiver, number 11, Michael Donahue, another sophomore. 4th down for the 23-yard line. Governor Livingston looks like they're going to go for it. LaLoya stays. Never mind.
Going back deep for the Lancers.
LaLoya still in the backfield, being a blocker. Mason Barker, the punter. Last year, he was just Governor Livingston High School's kicker, as he will boot this one away. It'll be taken by number 4 for the Lakers, Chase Severs, and he'll get a few yards before finally being brought down at the 57-yard line.
Out to the
47-yard line.
47-yard line. Back on the carrot, stop. First and 10 for the Lancers at the 47-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Lancers from the 47. Governor Livingston Highlanders going 3 and out on their first drive. We'll see if the Lancers can have a modicum more success than Governor Livingston did. As snap here, toss to the running back, number 36, Joey Hans. Hans stretches out to the right side. We'll get a good gain of 6 or 7 yards, setting up a 2nd and 3 or 4 for the Lakers. I believe this is going to be a 2nd and 3. Into Highlander territory already, and more yards gained than GL in their first drive. Another handoff from Edward Pasnick. This one stretching out to the left. Joey Hans again. He's getting around the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Can they be stopped? He cannot. Into the end zone. The last ditch attempt there. Joey Hans with the first points on the board of this game. 46-yard carry, stretched out to the left, just avoiding every man, breaking a tackle. And there he goes down the sideline. Logan Stack, number 25, not able to catch him. Connor Jakubowski just a bit too late to push him out of bounds as he waltzes into the end zone.
Oh, in to attempt the extra point.
Number 80, Roland Thirault, in to attempt the extra point. That one is up and good.
Kick is good.
So, 7
left here in the first quarter.
to 0, as we have 9:30 left here in the first quarter. Lakers take a lead just 3 minutes in.
By the GL's football spiritware table located by the Snack Shack. As the weather turns a bit colder, now is the time to buy your GL football spiritware. While the supplies last, visit the table today. Islanders would like to thank our business sponsors for the generous support of GL football. Delicious Heights. Vallejo Heating and Cooling, our sponsor of GL Athlete of the Week. American Restaurant, Berkeley Developers, Berkeley Heights Mountainside, PBA. Cascade Tree Expert, Clementi's Pizza, George's Union Subs, Goodman's Deli, Jag 1 Physical Therapy, Mountainside PAL, New Jersey Oral Mexicofocal Implant Surgery, Spanish Tavern of Mountainside Specialties Tide Cleaners.
Either way, I was about to say, Roland Thirault preparing to kick the ball off back to the Highlanders once more. Ball fell off the tee though, so he'll reset it and retake his steps as we get ready for the second for the second Lancers kickoff of this game back to the Highlanders. This one going deep and back into the end zone for yet another touchback. Received by number 17, Connor Jakubowski.
Touchback by Connor Jakubowski.
So the Highlanders started back off from the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Last drive was a 3-and-out. We'll see if the Highlanders can have a bit more success this time.
Thank you very much.
LaLoya in the backfield. 2 running back set. Number 34. That has to be number 40. Sorry, number 44, Thomas Fettis in the backfield blocking. As this will be a decent gain, getting almost to the 30. Let's see if they'll give a first down. As number 28, Elijah Garcia, was on the carry once more.
Good enough. For a Highlander, first down.
And it is a first down, right on the 30-yard line. Same 2 backfield set. As I believe that is number 39, not somebody I have on my roster for Dunlison, but another one to Garcia. And that was a short gain up the gut, perhaps a yard.
No gain on the play.
It is moved up the 30, so despite what our PA says, that looks like a gain of 1 yard. It'll be a 2nd and 9.
On the stop.
One man in the backfield. LaLoya attempted to take it himself. He run. Loses the ball, but referee whistle blew to stop the play before he lost it. So that'll be a loss of yards for the Highlanders.
Referees have blown it down. Ball's placed back at the 29-yard line.
Loss of 2. So a 3rd and 11 for the Highlanders.
About 2 yards on the play.
LaLoya, there is a number.
Brings up a 3rd down and 11.
28, Garcia lined up behind LaLoya. 4 receivers wide. 2 to LaLoya's left, 2 to his right. LaLoya will roll out to his left, attempting to throw. Doesn't see anything downfield, attempts to take off. Will only get a gain of 2, and the ball was out.
Ball on the play.
Lakers pounced on it. Looks like it's going to be
Lancer's ball.
Lancers pounced on it. Looks like it's going to be Lancer's ball. Referee's indicating that as the scrum is pulled away. Can't quite see who was on the recovery for that one, but
Lancers will take over 1st and 10 at their 32-yard line.
1st and 10 from the Highlander 32 for the Lancers. So they'll get yet another chance to score. 7-0, 7:24 left. Garcia just unfortunately losing the ball there. We saw him lose the ball on the play prior. Luckily the play had been blown dead, but no such luck in this case. Either way, Sean Vanderwerf lined up in the backfield next to Edward Pasnick, the junior quarterback for this Lakers team. And that one will be a carry yet again by Joey Hans, who will get a short gain of 3 or 4. And set up a 2nd and 7 or 6. We'll see what our PA says.
DiDonato on the stop. Pull the ball down the 26-yard line.
26-yard line, so. One receiver set in the backfield for the Lancers. Pasnick with Joey Hans to his left. Man in motion across the formation. Tight end rolling throw. Pasnick will look to get a pass out. That one's stopped immediately. Didn't even have a time to turn up field. I believe that was number 18, Peyton Purcell, the junior. Sorry, not Peyton Purcell. Number 18, Benjamin Mann.
Ball back to the 30-yard line.
Back to the 30-yard line, so loss of yards for the Lancers.
3rd down and long, 6 yards to go.
6 yards to go. We'll see what they have dialed up. Hans in the backfield, standing in front of and to the right of Pasnik. Man in motion across the formation, Chase Severs. Pasnik will keep it himself, and he will be stopped after just a yard or two, so a 4th and 4. That was Max DiDonato on the stop.
4th down, loss on the play.
Number 55.
Wrong 7.
Loss of yards, not a straight stop, so they're down in 7. The Lancers will stay out there, evidently don't have a lot of confidence in Roland Thoreau to kick a field goal from what would be 47 yards. He only made 1 field goal last year. I believe it was from 23 yards out. So, unsurprising. As Pasnik rolling out to his right, passing downfield, that one knocked down by number 85, Mark Caparelli for the Highlanders. So the Highlanders will take over on downs after a turnover from the fumble. The Highlanders, pretty good on turnovers last year. They gave up the ball 7 times. Luckily, they got the ball back 7 times, so perfect even on the season. Not a particularly good takeaway team, but also didn't give it away too much.
Balls placed on the 31-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Highlanders.
31-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Highlanders. Both these teams coming off decent seasons. Highlanders 5-5 last year after a postseason consolation game against Scotch Plains Fanwood. Laloya motioning a man across the formation. That's number 4. Dominic Labisi has 38. Elijah Garcia tries to stretch it to the right side, and he'll get a flag on that play, likely for a horse collar tackle. So this should be an automatic 1st down for the Highlanders, unless it was holding. I don't believe it was. We'll get our call from the referee.
Penalties against the Lancers.
Lenny Banks. Penalty against the Lancers. Could not see what it was. It should have been that horse collar. So Highlanders will get a 1st down as the referee goes to spot the ball.
That moves the ball out to the 42-yard line.
42-yard line, spot foul there. 1st and 10 for the Highlanders, so yet another Highlander 1st down. 1 on this drive. Garcia will hand it off again. Or sorry, Garcia will get the carry again. He'll be spun down after just a 1-yard gain, setting up 2nd and 9. Either way, Gio, after a postseason consolation game against Scotch Plains Fanwood, won a perfect 500. The year prior, in 2023, they went 6-4, got 600, made the playoffs, but lost 42-14 against local rival Summit in the North Section 2 Group 3 quarterfinals. Summit would then go on to lose in the next round. As here's another handoff. That went to Garcia again. A loss of a yard potentially, depending on the spot of this ball.
Reinhardt on the stop. No gain on the play.
No gain on the play, they'll call, so a 3rd and 9. Laloya might have to go to the pass game here. He's had 2 pass plays prior, took off on the last one, fumbled the ball, gave it away to the Lancers. Luckily, GL defense came up with a 3-and-out stop. The play prior, he threw it over the head of his intended target. So, we'll see as he drops back in the pocket, throwing a strike to the left, and that one incomplete, intended target Julio Nieto, number 1.
Incomplete brings up a 4th down.
So 4th down, Mason Barker will likely come back out to punt this one away. And he will, number 7, he's standing in the backfield.
Mason Barker into punt. Severs back deep. For Lakeland.
For Chase Severs back deep, waiting on this ball from Barker. Barker puts a good boot to this one. That one will get to the sideline and roll out of bounds around the 30-yard line, I believe.
Barker gets the bounce. Ball will go out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
28-yard line to be exact. So
Lakeland will take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
The Lancers will start back in their own territory. Last time they started in their territory from a Mason Barker punt. They drove down the field and got to the 46-yard line where Joey Hans took it out left and ran for a touchdown, unable to be stopped. So we'll see if the Lancers are able to duplicate that performance or if the Highlanders come up with another 3 and out. Pasnick in the backfield. Just a junior, didn't get any snaps at QB last season, but pitched to the right to Joey Hans, number 36, and he'll be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2, back to the 25-yard line, so a 3-yard loss, setting up a 2nd and 13. Just 7-0 here in this matchup as we pass 2:45. Severs making motion across the field. 3 to the left of Pasnick now. He'll pass to the right. And that'll be Joey Hans with the knee down for another loss of yards, a loss of 1 yard in this game, or on this play. So gone back 4 yards for a 3rd and 14. 23-yard line for the Lancers.
3rd down and long from the 23-yard line.
Pasnick will be forced, likely to pass again unless they're going to make a run play, but the Lancers don't seem intent on punting or kicking the ball away, so they'll likely go for it on 4th down no matter what. Hans to the left of Pasnick. Gets back to block. Pasnick throwing deep to the left. Over his intended target of Zach Post. He beat Eric Key. Had a yard or 2 on him, but just wasn't able to get to the ball. So 4th and 14 from the 23-yard line. Lakers, sorry. I can't believe I've said that so many times. Lancers will bring the punt unit out. Flag will go up. This might be a delay of game on the Lancers. No play clock here at Governor Livingston High School, but the count is reliant on the referees, and it was a delay of game, so the Lakers will move back another 5 yards, make this a 4th and really long, and they'll still punt it away. Almost a 4th and 20. Not sure who's in the backfield to punt. That'll be, I believe, Thoreau again. Number 17, Connor Jakubowski back deep. And this one will be covered up by Logan Alsikia before it could roll any farther into Governor Livingston territory. So, another try for the Highlanders, yet to put a point on the board and yet to get into Lakers territory. Their first drive was a 3 and out. Second drive got a 1st down, but Mateo Laloya managed to fumble it again away to the Lakers, to the Lancers. I've said that too many times. Managed to fumble it away to the Lancers on a pass play on 3rd down. And the Highlanders will start from the 45-yard line, the best field position they've got all game. So, Jakubowski behind Mateo Laloya. Laloya will hand it off to the right to Jakubowski. Jakubowski trying to stretch it around the right side. He'll be met by a swarm of Lancers and a gain of only 1, set up 2nd and 9. Geo, not a pass-heavy team. Last year passed it not too many times. Didn't pass for a whole lot of yards. Mainly used their quarterback to run. Luciano Santamaria was a pretty proficient runner in the backfield for the Highlanders. So gave Coach Pete Remicchio a pretty good option if he didn't want to tire out Jack Daly, who was also a dual offense and defense player heading up that middle linebacker spot for the Highlanders. All the way, Laloya, Jakubowski behind him again. He'll have a handoff to Dominic Labisi, who will slip up the gut. Wasn't expected to get the handoff, and Dominic Labisi will go 54 yards. There's a flag on the play. This one might be coming back for holding. Not too much celebration yet. It likely will be a holding, and it will be. But Labisi slipping up the gut, almost running for a 54-yard touchdown. The Lancers just didn't expect it. Didn't expect what looked like a fullback to take a carry immediately.
That'll be a 10-yard penalty.
So a 10-yard penalty, and the Highlanders will be back to a second
Action, go!
and 18. Second and 19, correction.
Break it! Action, go! Action, win! Break for action! Break it!
To bring a second down and 19.
Lenny Banks, our referee, yet again indicating a holding on the Highlanders. The Lakers are pretty good team against the run. They didn't allow too many rush yards, only 130 per game last year playing in the Super Football Conference. Patriot Red. And yet another flag on the play, a false start against the Highlanders. Couldn't see who moved there. So yet another penalty. This was something that wasn't much of an issue for the Highlanders last year. It kept it pretty good on the penalties. Weren't a horrible offender, but so far 2 on this drive. And a timeout for the Highlanders, as Pete Remicchio will come out to the field to talk to his offense.
Timeout, Highlander.
New man in the backfield for the Highlanders, Mateo Laloya, so obviously got to work out some of the kinks, especially with someone so young. He's just a sophomore. Hasn't had a lot of experience leading an offense. GL had 2 scrimmages, one at Kittatinny. Played a couple of teams there. No full game scrimmages, and then later in that same week went down to North Hunterdon in order to get a good scrimmage in against them. Owen Clacy taking photos of all those events. He's here at this game, as he is for most Governor Livingston High School sports events in the recent times. You can go check him out, Owen Clacy Photography on Instagram. I'm sure he'd be glad to have a follow. He puts out pretty good stuff, so go drop him a follow. You can also go and follow me at Nate Philbrooks Productions on Instagram. That's Philbrooks, Philbrix. Laloya alone in the backfield, 5 wide, looking to pass, dropping back in the pocket, finally rolling out left, looking for an option downfield. He doesn't see anything. He'll tuck it and run. He'll slip out of a tackle, finally be brought down from behind, almost getting up to the original line of scrimmage. He'll get up to the 44, so that a nice gain of 14.
13-yard run by Laloya. Took down by Thomas Reinhardt.
We'll see what the Highlanders go with here on 3rd down. 5 wide once again. Laloya will look to pass once more, checking his option to the right, rolling out right for the first time, looking for an option downfield. He'll get a pass off. That one complete. Correction, incomplete to Elijah Garcia. Stepped out of bounds.
Moves the ball out to the 50-yard line.
No, correction, it was complete. Referee indicating incomplete.
That's the end of our first quarter.
But that'll be the end of the first quarter. Score is 0-7. The Lancers have the lead. A decent performance from the Lancers so far. Haven't had any huge plays other than the 46-yard Joey Hahn's run. Since then, they've gone 3 and out twice. Haven't had a first down. So perhaps just a defensive lull from the Highlanders. But at the same time, the Highlanders can't seem to get anything going on offense. Obviously, a young quarterback, as I've mentioned so many times up until this point. As I mentioned so many times to this point. But Pete Remicchio will talk it over with his team as we are between quarters, and we have another 12 minutes left until halftime. So we'll see if the Highlanders can pull it back in this Week 0 matchup. GL, as I said, went 500 last year, 5-5. Got that 5th win and a postseason consolation match at Scotch Plains Fanwood, a match they were not expected to win, but it was a pleasant surprise for everyone. The Lakers, last season under Coach Ryan McCarney, went 4-6, went 400, made it to the North 1, Section 1, Group 2 quarterfinals, but lost 36-14 to Westwood. Westwood would then lose to a pretty big program here in New Jersey. I'm sure you've heard of them, Shabazz. Pretty large school, decent football program, to say the least. As there is an offsides jump by number 5, Tanner Wallace, for the Lancers, or at least it should be. Didn't see anyone move on the line. That should be another 5 yards for the Lancers as Highlanders went with the hard count.
Offsides against.
It is offsides. Number 5, Tanner Wallace, just jumping a bit too early. Wallace coming in at that linebacker spot, inching up, evidently on a blitz, but he'll put the Highlanders, he'll give the Highlanders a first down. And we'll hear the band go off again, hopefully.
Highlanders. Ball placed down at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Highlanders.
So, 3 drives in a row that the Highlanders have gotten a first down. They've only been able to get 1 first down on each of those drives. We'll see if they have a bit more luck today. They're already into they're into Lakers territory for the first time today. Lancers territory for the first time today. I don't know how many times I'll make that mistake, but every time I do, you'll have to hear me say Lancers again and correct myself. Either way, 2-man backfield, handoff to Elijah Garcia. Decent pass, was trying to stiff arm a man there, but eventually brought down Sean Vanderwert on the stop behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 for the Highlanders, so back to a 2nd and 14. Losing yards once again to open a set of downs. Correction, 2nd and 13, not 14. Still in Lancers territory. Their first trip here today on 4 drives. So correction, 3 drives. We'll see what they can make of it. Blitz coming, looks like, from the Lancers, and whistle will blow. Flags thrown, some laundry on the field. Yet another false start on the Highlanders. That's 2 false starts already, 3 penalties total, so maybe a bit of a discipline issue here. But of course, it's always time to turn around. 11:07 left in the 2nd quarter. And of course, once that runs out, we'll get 2 more halves and halftime for Coach Pete Remicchio to talk it over with his team. Of course, that'll also give head coach Ryan McCarney of the Lancers a chance to talk it over with his team. So we'll see how it goes. Clock running down to 10:55. Motion across the formation, number 44, Tommy Fettis going to the right. Another handoff here to Garcia, and he'll get a gain of 2. That was Chase Severs.
False place at the 49-yard line.
49-yard line, so should be a gain of 3 for the Highlanders.
3rd down, about 16 to go.
3rd down and 16. We'll likely see another pass attempt here from Laloya. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left, 1 in the backfield. Correction, 2 in the backfield, 2 to his left, 2 to his right, 1 to his left. Pancake block there. He'll try to go down the field, and a late hit but a completion down the field will make it so it doesn't matter. Parker Chatfield, the sophomore, catching that one. Heavy on the sophomores, this team is. Not a lot of seniors left last year, but there also aren't that many seniors in this lineup that got playing time last year, so it comes down to the sophomores and juniors to fill in most of these spots. And a second Highlander first down for the first time this game, two first downs in a drive, and they're back into Lancers territory. Another two backfield set for Laloya. He'll hand it to Labisi again, up the gut. Won't get quite as far this time, but he'll get down to the 9-yard line, stopped by number 21 for the Lancers, Ronan Walker, the junior. Ref will spot it at the 10. He got down to the 9, but whatever the stripes say. But it'll give the Highlanders a first and goal. 3 first downs for the Highlanders in this drive. Already more than doubled their first down total. Laloya, one man in the backfield with him. It's Garcia, lined up directly behind him. Man across the motion, Tommy Fettis. He'll move to the left. They'll have a handoff to the right. Garcia trying to get in the gap. He'll get a gain of 2 down to the 8-yard line. And 8 yards to the end zone on a second and goal. Highlanders looking to put up their first points of the game. 8:30 as we just passed by. Of course, first drive with more than one first down for the Highlanders. One of them did call off a penalty, but since then they've had another first down. Laloya will line up once again. Garcia in the backfield with him. Laloya will roll out to the right. He's got a number 3 open. Flags will come down, likely for holding. There are flags on the field, as I said. That one complete to Tommy Fettis, a gain of only 1 potentially, if even. We'll see what the penalty is for.
Holding against the Highlanders.
It's holding once more. So 10 yards back once again. Back to the 17-yard line it should be.
Those plays about the 18-yard line.
18-yard line for the Highlanders, so a decent ways to go to get back to the end zone, and they don't have another first down to gain, so second and goal. If I were Coach Pete Remigio, even though I'm not in any way a football coach, I'd probably dial up yet another run play. Although Laloya will drop back in the pocket, slowly moving up, being chased down. He'll look to throw this one down the field into the end zone. Out of bounds and incomplete. The ball was caught. Laloya doing a nice job of stepping up in the pocket there, nicely avoiding number 76, Miles Dickens. But the ball just caught out of bounds, and it'll bring up a third down and goal from the 18-yard line for the Highlanders. Might have to bring out Mason Barker.
Third goal from the 18-yard line.
If they are not able to convert this one. Barker had a pretty decent season last year as I pull up his stat sheet. Went 3 for 4 on field goals, 17 for 18 on extra points. Had a long of 33, so this would almost certainly be in his range, although maybe right on the edge. About a 32-yard field goal. Laloya alone in the backfield. 5 wide, 3 to his left, moving to his left, trying to find a man downfield. He'll throw across the field, and that will be incomplete on an attempt to Dominic Labisi. So, let's see if Barker comes out to kick a field goal. Looks like he will. As the Highlanders try to get their first points on the game, first points on the board in this game with 7:37 left on the board.
Make that kick, Gio! Make that
at the 25-yard line. This will be a
25-yard line, so 35-yard attempt for Mason Barker. His long last year was 33. Can he put it through the uprights? Almost blocked that one, but it is wide
No good.
and no good. So, Barker unable to set a new long on his personal record for field goal kicking.
Wide to the left.
Just wide to the left. Last year,
Lakeland will
Barker
take over
came up short in quite a
at the
few
18-yard line.
situations, notably in a rivalry matchup at New Providence in a game that ended 17-18. Mason Barker missed an extra point that would have sealed the deal, not sealed the deal, would have tied the game up for the Highlanders. That was the only missed extra point of the year. Kamir McLean would come in to kick the extra points after that. So, Lancers will take over once again. Pasnick will look to his left. He'll get a completion to number 36, Joey Hans. Came out of the backfield in a flat route. And Hans will be on the ground. Looks to be in a bit of pain. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him. He'll limp off to the sideline holding his gut, so that's likely the case. A gain of 2 for the Lancers. 2nd and 8.
About 3 yards.
Or a gain of 3 for a 2nd and 7.
Hey! Go G-O!
So that was Mateo Laloya on the stop.
Of
course. High school football, everyone plays 2 sides of the ball. But Luciano Santamaria did not play 2 sides of the ball last year. Jack Daly, main runner for the team, did. As Ryan Ferris lined up to the right of Pasnick, and Pasnick trying to go out to that right side to Chase Severs. Won't get a completion, bring up a 3rd and 7. 6:45 left, the Highlanders hoping to get a stop on this one. Get yet another 3rd and out for the Lakers. Lakers haven't really been able to do anything. They've got into Highlander territory once, got a 46-yard run off of that, but since then they've gone 3 and out every single drive. So maybe a bit of a stall here for Lakeland. Not quite what you would have expected with an explosive opening drive from them, but nonetheless, we'll see if Pasnick can get this one complete. Looks like a blitz coming from the Highlanders. Logan Stack repeatedly motioning towards the line, and that'll be a flag
Flag on the
out.
play.
Likely for a delay of game once again.
Sideline infraction.
Sideline infraction.
Pointing to the sideline.
Correction. Sideline infraction on the Lancers. I believe Coach Ryan McCarney just came onto the field while his team was setting up for a play. You saw him getting closer, trying to yell something to Pasnick. Evidently wasn't close enough to tell him whatever he needed to hear.
3, 5, 7.
Lancers won't get a penalty for that. I mean, they will get a penalty, but they won't be moved back any, as Pasnick will roll out to the right here. Theo Tombros in his face, trying to throw deep down the field. That one over the head of his intended target.
Incomplete, out of bounds.
Incomplete and out of bounds. Can't see the intended target because the sideline block. That was number 4, Chase Severs, I believe. It'll bring up a 4th down, and the Lancers will bring out their punt team once again.
On the play.
That was Severs. Was unable to control the ball and fell out of bounds either way. So,
Zabrowski about to receive the punt. Punt throw.
number 80, Roland Thoreau, back out for the Lancers to kick this ball away for the 2nd time. Lancers seem to have a bit of trouble on special teams. Last punt they were missing a man from the line, and this time they are too. Motion a man across the formation. Number 5, Tanner Wallace, there will be a flag. Probably a false start or an illegal motion.
Lakeland, 5-yard penalty.
And it will be a 5-yard penalty. That might have been a delay of game, actually. As the Highlander band kicks off with Born this way.
Brings up a 4th down and 11.
4th down and 11 for the Lancers. Highlanders should get decent field position. Theo Tombros lined up in the center of this punt rush. Almost got a hand on that one, but Thoreau got it away. It'll be fielded by Jakubowski, but he'll get up just a few yards. He will end up in Lancers territory, so Highlanders will start from the 46-yard line, for yet another drive. GL unable to get points on the board, got into a goal line situation, but penalties brought them back and they weren't able to get it back into the end zone. Set up a 35-yard field goal for Mason Barker, which he missed. So let's see if the Highlanders can build on that last drive. Had 3 first downs, took a decent amount of time off the clock. Laloya will be in the backfield. Can't see who's lined up in front of him. That'll be Dominic Labisi. Another handoff to Garcia. Garcia getting tripped up, but eventually recovering. Getting a good gain. That might be a gain of 15, but it will give us one thing. Yet another Highlanders first down.
30-yard line. Down the 31-yard line. That's cleared up a Highlander first down. Highlanders. Ball placed at the 32-yard line.
Down to the 32-yard line, so gain of 14. There on the run for number 28, Elijah Garcia. Garcia lined up in the backfield once more with Laloya. Laloya will hand it off to Labisi this time. Labisi, also a baseball player. I believe this is actually his first season playing football, but pretty decent baseball player he is. Had 73 at-bats last year. 24 hits, had an average of 324, was walked 10 times and hit by pitch 4, so he's been a 3-year varsity player for the Highlanders team, playing since his freshman year. He got 34 at-bats in his freshman year, so safe to say he's pretty good. That baseball team, headed up by Coach Roof, went 24-0, flawless, won the state championship, won Union County championship, won the sectional championship. Basically not an accolade they couldn't have, and had multiple college commits, as Garcia brings that one up the gut for another modest gain. Down to the 25-yard line, so a 7-yard gain for a, sorry, not a 7-yard gain. It'll be a 5-yard gain for a 3rd and 2, I believe. 3rd and 4. Way off. 26-yard line. This is close to where they got to, where Mason Barker kicked the field goal. Still out of his range, as long as I said, just 33 yards. There's an offside from the Lancers. Flag will eventually come up. Couldn't see it on any of the cameras. But yet another 5 yards for the Highlanders. And that'll give them yet another first down for the Highlanders.
First down.
So while offensive penalties have been a bit of a thing for GL on offense, defensive penalties have been a bit of a thing for the Lancers. Ultimately, we'll see who it benefits more. Looks like so far Lakeland, given that they have a 7-point lead and the Highlanders have not been able to get into the end zone. But we'll see.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. This might be a delay game.
False start against the Highlanders.
Never mind, false start. So, speak of the devil.
5-yard penalty.
Get another offensive penalty. This will put them 5 yards back.
Ball back to the 26-yard line.
Back to the 26-yard line, basically where they were just at on that 3rd down. Moving up and down. Move 5 yards forward, move 5 yards back. Laloya. Garcia running into the flat. That might have been a bit of a hole, but Laloya will roll out to his right. Throw across the field. And that one will be incomplete. Intended for Garcia, who was running an angle route, I believe. Got into the middle of the field, but almost picked off. Not sure by who. I believe one of the linebackers for the Lancers. Was trying to get under that ball, but no such luck. So we'll have a 2nd down and 15 here.
And note.
Laloya motioning Labisi out to that tight end spot. will hand it off to Garcia. He'll stretch left to the side. Labisi was on Garcia. We'll get a nice juke on Severs. And we'll go a few yards after that. Thoreau on the tackle. This should bring up a 3rd down and short for the Highlanders.
1, 3, 5, 7.
I will wait for the
Brings up a 3rd
official
down.
measurement.
3rd and about 7.
3rd and 7, so 3rd and medium. Likely another pass play for Loyola. Hasn't had a lot of success. He's completed 2 so far. One of them got called back for a penalty. Has had incompletions on 3. So throwing 40%. 2 backfield set. He'll hand it off to Labisi. Labisi will go up the gut. Still going after with 2 guys on him, but
BC on the carry.
we'll get a gain of 1 or 2. Not quite in field goal range yet. That was Joey Hans getting the tackle. As
Both on the 15-yard line.
on the 15-yard line. This might be in Mason Barker's range. Correction. It's 28 yards. As long as 33.
Fourth and 5.
4th and 5. The Highlanders will go for it. Loyola with Garcia behind him in the backfield. Dropping back. Garcia will roll out to the right. Man got through the line. Tanner Wallace. Garcia will throw this one away. Never mind. It'll be called a fumble. Roland Thoreau picking the ball up, looking to return it. No, not a Highlander in sight. Roland Thoreau will go all the way to the end zone for a Lancers touchdown. 13-0.
Pick up on the fumble.
Lancers with another touchdown. Thought that one was an incompletion. Looked like Garcia. Sorry, Loyola had his hand going forward, but evidently not what the referees think, and they'll stay with the call on the field. So a huge blow to the Highlanders. They were having yet another good drive, but yet again, disappointment. Not quite in great form.
Just beat him. Come on, GLD, beat him.
To test the extra point.
Beat him.
Out of the
Just
pass.
beat him. Come on, GLD, beat him.
Thoreau, of course, on to the extra point.
Come
We'll see
on,
if we can get this one up.
GLD,
Only missed one last year, so not likely to miss one. And that one
Kick is
up
good.
and good.
146 left
So
here in the second quarter.
146 left here in the second. The
Lakeland
Highlanders
Lancers
should get
14,
one more
Highlanders 0.
drive. 2-minute drill from Mateo Loyola.
Business sponsors, Delicious Heights, Americo Heating and Cooling, our sponsor of the GL Athlete of the Week, Americo Restaurant, Berkeley Developers, Berkeley Heights, and Mountainside PBA, Cascade Tree Expert, Clementi's Pizza, George Union Subs, Cookman's Deli, Jack Warren Physical Therapy, Mountainside PAL, New Jersey Oral, Mexico and Implant Surgery, Spanish Manor of Mountainside, Specialties, Tide Cleaners,
Highlanders back to receive for the 3rd time today.
Jakubowski and Garcia
They'll receive the
back deep
kickoff
for the Highlanders.
in the second half, so with any luck, the Highlanders will be able to put points on the board on this drive. They'll likely start from their own territory. No Kamir McLean, he's off to
Kickoff.
college playing football at the college level. He was the returner for Governor Livingston High School last year. He had a 106-yard kickoff return for the Highlanders against Voorhees last year in an absolute shootout that ended 50-46. A stunner of a win for the Highlanders. That one on Big State Sports, who was present at this game for the Lakers. And this ball will not roll into the end zone and be picked up by number 28, Elijah Garcia. He'll only get it up to the 16, so starting from deep in their own territory are the Highlanders.
Ryan Ferris on the stop for Lakeland.
Number 3, Ryan Ferris
Highlanders will take over.
getting the tackle on Garcia. 1:41 left 1st and 10. A long ways to go for the Highlanders if they want to put points on the board before halftime.
Ball's placed on the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Highlanders at the 16-yard line.
Timeout here by the Highland. Sorry, timeout Lakeland. So these teams will have a chance to talk it over. McCarney likely talking over his 2-minute defense with his team, trying to emphasize that they should not let a score in. And there's 1 minute and 41 seconds left in the second half, or in the second quarter.
And visit the GL Football Spiritware table located by the snack shack. As the weather turns a bit colder, now is the time to buy your GL Football Spiritware. Get it while supplies last. Visit the table today.
So, Highlanders break the huddle. They'll line up. 3 to Laloya's right. 2 to his left. 5 wide. Laloya dropping back. Man in his face, trying to throw into the middle of the field. That one will be incomplete, intended for Jakubowski, number 17. Yet another sophomore. This will bring up a 2nd and 10 as darkness sets over Governor Livingston here out at Fry Field. Still a good temperature. Loya looking left, trying to get a pass off. He will. To number 1, that's Julio Nieto on the reception. Nieto will get a good gain of about 7. Should bring up a 3rd and 3.
Receivers on the stop, Nieto on the catch.
Yeah, it's just taking a while for the ball to go down.
Laloya back for his 3rd down, passing out to his right. Hit the hands of number 17, Connor Jakubowski, but just dropped it. Couldn't seem to get a solid handle on that one. And with 54 seconds left, the Highlanders will be forced to punt it away. And Mason Barker will try it out onto the field.
Mason Barker into punt.
So unless there's a lucky takeaway by the Highlanders, or a quick 3 and out, the Lancers will be getting the last drive of this half. Barker putting a good boot to that one. Will not get too good of a bounce. Bounce backwards towards the 50. It'll be touched by Governor Livingston High School near the 49-yard line. 47-yard line. Can't tell if that is Governor Livingston territory. It is. So the Lancers will start in GL territory and have a chance to put yet more points on the board. 14-0. Lancers have the lead. GL had scoring opportunity when Mason Barker kicked the field goal, just couldn't get it done. It would have set a new long for him of 35 yards, but just hit it a bit wide.
I could see it on their face, but it's not going to work because they're like, it's not going to work, and they know it before they go. I said, you need to stop that. I need to stop.
Pasnick
a
looking,
Yale alumni
opens up, got a gap open up. He'll throw to number 7, Ryan Sabrick. Sabrick will get a nice gain, about 14 yards with 37 seconds left.
Under reception.
Sabrick, correction on the pronunciation. That'll be a first down for the Lancers.
35 yards.
Down to the 35-yard line.
They're mentioning too, they're performing at halftime next week, so they'll be here the whole game.
Thoreau
See it on the
attempted 1 field goal last year from 28, so unknown how long his actual log is. Until proven otherwise, we'll assume 28 yards is his longest field goal, so not quite in field goal range yet. The Lancers.
Before I gave it to me, they were all saying,
The timeout will be called.
Victoria was flipping it. It was like, we have a gift for you. And I was like, oh my God. It's so great. Okay. Thank you if you had anything to do with that. I can't wait to wash it and fill it up.
Only a 2-score matchup. Still not totally out of reach for GL. If they're able to put together a solid second half performance and turn around would have been a few disappointing potential scores and put the ball either through the uprights or into the back of the end zone, they'll still be in this game.
She's like, I have to hit play.
Defense hasn't had too bad of a performance. Of course, only let 1 touchdown in, and it was kind of on a fluke play. Joey Hahn's 46-yard rush. Lakers have only had 2 or 3 first downs since then, mostly out to 3 and outs. But either way, Pasnick will look far to the right to an open man, number 12, Zachary Post. He'll step out of bounds with 17 seconds left, and that'll be another first down. So Highlanders
ball placed at the
having a bit of a
20-yard
lull
line.
here on
First down
defense.
for the Lancers at the 20-yard line. Timeout.
20-yard line, not quite into the range of Ronald Thoreau. Still just 7 yards back from his previous long of 28 yards. Huddles being broken for both teams as we get ready to play the last 17 seconds of this half. The Lancers likely trying to put it in back of the end zone. They only have 1 timeout left. Coach McCormick likely saving that one for a potential field goal attempt. Blitz coming here. Tommy Fettis coming down from the middle. Pasnick throwing this one high. Complete to Severs, and he will get in to the end zone.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play for a face mask.
Holding against Lakeland.
Correction, holding against Lakeland. I thought it was a pass. It was a flag for the face mask, but evidently Severs was already into the end zone, so it doesn't matter. It'll be a holding, and the Lancers will be moved back 10 yards to the 35-yard line. 1st and 20, certainly out of field goal range now for Ronald Thoreau.
11 seconds left here in the second quarter. 1st and 20 at the 30-yard line.
Throw over the top for Pasnick, called back by that penalty, so we'll see if what the Lancers will have dialed up. Sorry, we'll see what the Lancers have dialed up on this play. Likely another pass, not a lot of time to put the ball on the ground and in the hands of Joey Hans, who's in the backfield. Pasnick stepping up, trying to throw out to the right. That one way over the head of his intended target, number 7, Ryan Sabrick. Number 5, Logan Alsecchia, Logan Alsecchia, the senior, on him. Was barely open, evidently a throwaway with 4 seconds left. Will Thoreau come out to attempt a field goal? If I were Coach McCarney, unless I knew Thoreau could hit this, I'd just say chuck it deep, Hail Mary. I mean, they don't work often, but sometimes they do. If you were watching the NFL, you know the Washington Commanders got one last year to beat the Browns. an absolute stunner for the Browns fans and Commanders fans and for pretty much the entire NFL community, but
47-yarder.
he will. So Thoreau coming out to make an attempt from 47 yards. We'll see if he's able to put this one through. I doubt it, but that one will be no good. And that will end the second quarter as we go into halftime. It is 14-0. The Lancers have the lead. My name is Nathan Philbrick. Thank you for joining us here on Governor Livingston High School Television. A pretty even matchup this evening at Governor Livingston High School here on Fry Field. So far, but just a bit unlucky from the Highlanders. 2 scores for the Lakers, a 46-yard run from Joey Hans, just stretching it out to the left, and the Highlanders unable to get a stop, and a fumble recovery from what seemed to me like an incompletion thrown from Mateo Laloya, but evidently it was a fumble, as GL cheer team will come out, and I will take a quick break, and then we'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes for the second half. I'm Nathan Philbrick. Thank you for joining me here on Governor Livingston High School Television. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on Governor Livingston High School Television for this matchup between your Governor Livingston Highlanders and the Lakeland Lancers. My name is Nathan Philbrick. Thank you for joining me here today, this evening, this night, whatever you want to call it. We've had a pretty good matchup so far between these two teams, despite the fact that GL has not put a point on the board. It's kind of been 2 fluke scores for the Lancers. I'm going to make that mistake a few more times. It's been 2 fluke scores for the Lancers. It started off opening drive, 46-yard rush to the left from Joey Hans. Kind of just slipped through the defense, wasn't able to be pushed out or tackled down by anyone. And then it was a fumble return for a touchdown by Ronald Thoreau, number 80. Kind of a fluke, kind of an incomplete pass that was called a fumble. There was a line judge right there. We'll trust what the men in the stripes say, but for up to me, I was pretty confident it was an incompletion, but regardless, that fumble recovery by Thoreau makes this game 14-0, puts the Highlanders down 2 scores. GL has gotten into the red zone, but has been unable to put any points on the board. Got down to the 10-yard line. That was as far as they've gotten, but pushed back by penalties and lost yards on plays. Set up a 35-yard field goal from Mason Barker, which he missed wide left. So no points on the board for the Highlanders. Barker taking it 3 and 5 on his career in terms of field goals, as long as 33. Only 2 yards further out, but evidently just a bit too far.
Head football coach Tom McCormick, Joe Priscilla, Leo Cipiani, Bruce Saracini, Ryan Burgess, Anthony Romeo, Aaron Capel, and Rick Vicente.
So 2 minutes from the kickoff in the second half, the Highlanders will be receiving as our PA goes over the coaching staffs of these two respective teams.
Gargano and Giuseppe Capassa.
Last year, this matchup ended 35-12, if I can, 35-9, correction. Lakeland took home that victory. That was at Lakeland. It was the first time these two teams ever played, or at least the first time in the NJ.com stats era, which is since 2010. I don't have our athletic records, so I'm unable to tell if we have played them any time before. But regardless, that was a pretty decent blowout of a game if you want to be a bit negative about it. 26-point win for the Lancers. This one, only a 14-point margin as we pass under 1 minute until kickoff to start off the second half. Of course, GL had a pretty decent season last year despite that loss to the Lancers. They went 5-5, 500, had a postseason consolation game against Scotch Plains Fanwood that allowed them to get their 5th win and go perfect 500. Did not make it into the playoffs, but had a pretty decent year. The win over Scotch Plains Fanwood was not quite expected by anyone, not even the players on the team, so it was a fairly pleasant surprise. Also interesting to track through this game, we got 2 new guys in the backfield, 2 quarterbacks, each leading their respective offenses for the first time. Mateo Laloya, number 2 for the Highlanders, coming in and leading this Highlanders offense for the first time. He's just a sophomore. Didn't get a snap at QB last year. Grant Matijek was the only other player besides Luciano Santamaria to get a snap at QB. So Laloya trying to work out some problems. Highlanders having some offensive qualms, mainly penalties and a bit of a failure to score, as evidenced by the big donut on the scoreboard for them. The Lancers having similar problems, though not in their offense, which this year is being freshly headed up by Edward Pasnick, the junior. He, too, had not taken a snap at QB prior to this game, as the Highlanders will be kicking off. I guess I was incorrect. I guess the Highlanders were kicking off. Yes, they did receive the first half kickoff. Never mind. That's my bad. So, the Lancers will receive the kickoff here in the first half. This one will be fielded. Slipping through the gap, number 15, Matt Sheepin. He'll get all the way in. Sorry, that was number 5. That was number 5, Tanner Wallace, I believe, not number 15. 49-yard line, already into Governor Livingston territory. All the Lancers, so not a good start in this second half for GL. This is a pretty anticipated game for GL. One of only 2 night games as the flag comes out already. One of only 2 night games for the Highlanders. The next one will be September 28th, I believe. And that one will be before homecoming. That'll be GL's real Friday Night Lights game. This one, a Thursday, here in week 0 of the NJ high school football season. So, Edward Pasnick under center for the first time today, I believe. He'll get a hands off to Joey Hans. Hans breaking through 2 tackles. Hans stretching out to the right side. He'll finally be brought down, fumbling that ball out of bounds. A forced fumble there by the man making the tackle. I believe that was number 17, Connor Jakubowski. Hans, lucky that one went out of bounds. Seemed to just jump out of his hands. Not quite sure what really happened, but either way, it'll be a first down for Lakeland.
Moves the ball down to the 35-yard line.
And for the 3rd time this game, they are in Highlander territory. The first time they scored, 2nd time, turnover on downs. We'll see what happens this time. Pasnick in the backfield. Only one running back with him. He will hand it off to Hans. he'll get a gain of 1, if even. Oh, Sean Sakamani on the stop, number 99 for this Highlander team. A big boy up front playing O-line and D-line, 6 foot 290. Talking about big guys on the O-line, Lakeland has a decent few. Number 75, Arbor Ragova, 6'2", 270. So, safe to say, we got some boys moving up front. Sakamani, number 99, you can see him as Pasnick goes for a deep ball over the head of his would-be receiver. I believe that was an attempt to number 12, Zachary Post. Just couldn't get it to him. Post couldn't see it flying in the sky, went straight over his head. So, a third down for the Lancers.
Third and 8.
.47 left here in the third. Pasnick with Hans again. Hans flipping sides. Pasnick looking to take a run up the gut. A man broke through the line. That was number 54, Dylan Cisco. The sophomore getting in the backfield. A lot of sophomores making action for this Highlander team. But that'll be a loss of 4, I believe, on the play. This will be on the 36-yard line. 4th down and 11.
4th and 11 from the 36-yard line.
Thoreau attempted a 48-yarder, I believe, to end the second half. Didn't get it. I don't believe he'll come back out again. And I'm correct. Pasnick will stay out on the field. He'll look to see what he can get done on this 4th and long. We pass under 10 minutes here left in the third quarter. Just 2 minutes into this second half. Pasnick takes the snap alone in the backfield. Roaming right, looking over the top, trying to find a man. Incomplete. Just couldn't get into the hands of Chase Severs. A nice little shove by the DB as the ball came near. Bang bang play to put Severs off balance and unable to catch that ball. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Highlanders will get their first drive of this second half. So Lakeland unable to do anything on offense since the first drive of this game. Of course, that score coming off what likely should have been an incompletion, but either way. Tommy Fettis in the backfield with Loya to the right of him, and Dominic Labisi in the back. Labisi will get the carry. He had a good one up the gut. Would have been a 54-yard touchdown, but was called back for holding on the Highlanders. Then he had another good one up the gut, finally getting his redemption to get the Highlanders into the red zone for the first time. But he was eventually brought down around the 10. That was the farthest the Highlanders have gotten into Lakers territory as they've been unable to put points on the board. Another way. Roy in the backfield with Labisi again. Garcia. We haven't seen him yet in the second half. Labisi will get another carry. He'll cut this one right. Try and find a gap to eventually be brought down from the back, but not after a good yard gain of about 5 up to the 42-yard line. We'll see where the referees spot this one. That'll be a gain of 6, I believe. A gain of 6 for Dominic Labisi, setting up a 3rd and 4.
Down and 3.
That is a 3rd and 4. I'm not mistaken. Well, 3rd and 3.5, maybe 3rd and 4. Depends on who you ask. But either way, under 8:30 left. Highlanders first drive of the second half. Julian Nieto out to the right of Laloya. Labisi in the backfield again for him. Once more, I've told you, Labisi a pretty good baseball player. And now footballer too. Driving forward, keeping his feet moving. That should have been a first down. This line judge just not giving it to the Highlanders. It looks like they're going to call this a 4th down. No, they won't. Placement of the ball is good, and it'll be good enough for a Highlander first down.
First down, Highlanders.
Straight back to moving the ball is Governor Livingston. And GL will get a new lease on downs.
First and 10 for the Highlanders at the 46-yard line.
Labisi's still in the backfield. Standing behind Loya. Tommy Fettis to Loya's left. Garcia hasn't made an appearance. I do wonder if he's maybe suffering some cramp issues. Labisi will get his third carry in the row, trying to cut this one upfield. He'll break 2 tackles. A good play there, just couldn't stay on his feet. We'll get a solid gain of,
On to stop.
I believe, about 7.
Labisi moves
set
the ball
up
down to the 47-yard
a
line.
second and short.
Second down and 3.
Labisi in the backfield, still with Aloya. Man motioning across the formation, it's Fettis. Labisi will take this one up to the left. He'll be met by 2 Lancers. He'll keep his feet moving. Still going.
Wallace on the stop.
A fumble called by the Lancers. That one looked like it was a dead play. This line judge might just be handing this one right to the Lancers. Yelling coming from the sideline for the Highlanders as Tanner Wallace ran that one back one for the second scoop and score of the game. This is kind of unbelievable. I believe that this is the second time that line just has called a fumble on what should have been a dead play. The referees are talking it over in the center of the field, but it's called a touchdown. I truly can't believe that. That's astounding. Well, if Coach Pete Remicchio isn't already slightly upset, he will now be even more upset. Not only at the lack of penalty, at the abundance of penalties on his own team, but at this amazing job that the Stripes are doing on this game, especially that sideline judge and the down judge. An incompletion that was called a fumble in return for a touchdown, and now what should have been Dominic Labisi being down on the ground, apparently having the ball stripped from his hands and returned for a touchdown. Either way, Thoreau will come onto the field to make this one a 21-point game. If I had to guess, Coach Pete Remicchio is probably fuming at this point. Nothing has gone right for his offense. The referees are certainly not refereeing this wet game in the way they probably should be.
6:23 left here in the
But
third quarter.
6:23 left here in the third. It is 21-0. The Lancers with the lead.
21, Highlanders 0. Get out your 50-50 tickets. Get out your 50-50 tickets. We're going to pull it. Winner will get $298. $298. Here we go. $739-503. 739-503.
So Thoreau will come back out to kick this one off for the 4th time this game.
We have a winner.
Highlanders back to receive. And we are away. Squib kick here from Thoreau. Not quite sure why. This one fielded by, can't see the number. I believe that's number 38, Elijah Garcia, but
on a return.
he'll get a decent return here. getting the Highlanders past the 30 up to what looks like the 34 or 33, depending on the spot of the ball. So we'll see if the Highlanders can get over their offensive woes. 2 fumbles, an abundance of penalties for who knows how many yards. I don't have the stats on it, but probably too many for Coach Remicio's liking. 6:15 left here in the third quarter. About 18 minutes total left in the game for the Highlanders to turn this one around. It'd be an amazing comeback if they were able to pull it off, as a timeout will be called
Timeout, Lakeland.
by Lakeland Regional High School, and we'll take a short
And
break.
GL would like to thank our business sponsors for their generous support of GL football. Delicious Heights, Valerco Heating and Cooling, the sponsor of the GL Athlete of the Week. Americo Restaurants, Berkeley Developers, Berkeley Heights, Mountainside TBA, Cafe Trees Experts. Clementi's Pizzeria, George's Union Subs, Goodman's Deli, Jaguar Physical Therapy, Mountainside PAL, New Jersey Oral Maxillofacial and Implant Surgery, Spanish Tavern of Mountainside, Orthopedics, High Cleaner, Wealth Scores Financial Group, Game Changer, Embassy Suites, Atlantic Health Systems, and D'Entrée Driving School. Thank you for supporting GL football.
So the Highlanders will take to the field, only the second time in this half.
1st and 10 for the Highlanders.
A scoop and score on their last offensive drive just seconds ago, even. Minutes real time, but seconds game time. Laloya will look to pass. He'll roll out left. Got 2 guys in front, and he'll take his first sack of the game. Just couldn't find a man downfield to get the ball to, and the Highlanders will be moved back to the 31-yard line. A loss of a few brings up a 2nd and long with 5:50 left to go in the third.
That moves the ball back to the 21-yard line.
So Laloya in the backfield with this number 17, Connor Jakubowski to his left, Labisi to his right, behind him. Labisi gets the carry on this one, and he will be brought down short of the line for a second loss of yards in a row.
No gain on the play.
There is a pretty decent student section here for the Highlanders, but it's all silent here on the hill from the students. Usually they'd have a few things to say, a few chants to have, but nothing going. As Laloya will attempt to roll out to the right, throwing a pass down the field. That one
Laloya's pass is complete.
Complete to number 11, Michael Donahue.
Donahue.
That one, I believe, short of the first down. So just barely getting back to the 31-yard line. So Mason Barker will likely come back out onto the field to punt this one away once more. Or not.
Mason Barker on to
Never mind, he will.
Sarah's back deep for Lakeland.
Number 4, Chase Severs waiting on the ball for Lakeland. 3:40 left in the third. Barker punting this one away. That one fielded cleanly by Severs. 2 guys on him. Slips 1 tackle, slips 2 tackles, slips 3 tackles, breaking it out to the right. He'll eventually be brought down by Julio Nieto. Broke tackles from Logan Alsikia and one other, couldn't see the number, but he'll get up to the 35-yard line on 2 broken tackles.
1st and 10 for Lakeland.
Eventually brought down by Julio Nieto.
Cisco on the stop.
Gershon, that was number 9, Dylan Cisco on the stop. Not number 1, Julio Nieto. This game should be more of an even one. Should be only 1 or 2 scores, but unfortunately, some mistakes slash poor refereeing, whatever you want to put it up on, has led to it being a 21-0 game as that pass by Pasnik incomplete. Trying to set up a wide receiver screen there and no luck. Pasnik, 2 backs with him. Hans behind him. He'll get the handoff. Slipping through 1 tackle. Ultimately driven back by number 75, Theo Tombros, I believe that is, for the Highlanders. Tombros, sorry, that was Logan Stack, number...
Gain about 1 yard. Brings up a 3rd down and 9.
25. Not... No, that was definitely number 75 on that stop. Logan Stack is up at linebacker. That was Theo Tombros, so apologies for that. But third down here for the Lakers. Highlanders looking blitz. They bring 2 down from the linebacker spot. Wide receiver screen set up to Chase Severs. Severs trying to get out wide to the right. He'll break the tackle from number 3, Parker Chatfield. He'll keep going, break another tackle. Blocks down the field for him. There's no one in front, and he'll run it into the end zone for the 4th touchdown of the game for the Lancers.
Chase Severs.
Broke 2 tackles on that run, just kept moving. And then made it into the end zone, no one in front of him. And it is 27-0. 28-0, pending the extra point by Ronald Thoreau. Throw up and good. So 28-0. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left here in the third. 14 minutes left in the game for the Highlanders to mount some sort of comeback, but given the misfortune befalling them, I doubt they will. Call that negative, call that pessimistic, but Highlanders just haven't seemed to be able to put it all together. When they are able to drive down to the field, they fumble the ball away or manage to get stopped. And then there's, of course, there is when they can't get down the field and they go 3 and out and have to punt the ball away. Jakubowski and Garcia back for the Highlanders to receive. Thoreau setting up to kick this one off once more. Deep ball, that one will end up in the hands of number 17, Jakubowski. He'll try to take it right. Eventually meets a throng of Lancers, and he'll be stopped near the 25-yard line. We'll see where the refs place this ball. Looks like it's going to be on the 26. So 1st and 10 for the Highlanders from their own 26. Yet to breach Lancer territory in this half. We'll see if they can on this drive. This game should be 14-0, but some unfortunate decisions that didn't go the Highlanders' way lead to it being 28-0 and a 4-score game. Hard to mount a comeback for this one, and a flag will come out likely for a false start on the Highlanders.
Offside against
Never mind,
Lakeland.
it's an offside against Lakeland. So
A 5-yard penalty,
the
bring up
Highlanders
first down and 5.
will get a 1st and 5 from the 31-yard line as opposed to a 1st and 10 from the 26. Laloya with Dominic Labisi behind him. Garcia behind him. Finally making an appearance. Didn't make an appearance in the last drive. He'll get it to Garcia. Garcia trying to take this one up the gut with Dominic Labisi blocking in front of him, acting as a fullback, and he will get a few yards. Potentially a 1st down. This one put on the 36, so that should be enough for a 1st down. And the chains are moving. So with 1:43 left, the Highlanders will get a 1st down.
Highlander, first down, Highlanders at the 36-yard line.
Highlanders break huddle. Colin Cisco out to the right of the formation. Laloya in the backfield with Garcia behind him once more. Another handoff to Garcia, trying to cut it up the gut. That one will only go for a gain of about 2, up to the 37,
See it on the carry.
38-yard line. So a 2nd and 8.
Priscilla on the stop.
Not sure what the reason was for not having Garcia be involved in that last drive, but ultimately might have backfired on the Highlanders as Dominic Labisi was the one to lose the ball on that scoop and score. Under a minute left here. Took down to 50 seconds. This one will be given to Labisi, I believe, and he'll be wrapped up by a band of Lancers, and
Labisi on the carry.
That'll be-
Priscilla on the stop.
a gain of, looks to be about 4 up to the 42-yard line,
Moves the ball
setting up a
top of the
3rd and
42-yard
short.
line. Bring up about 3rd down and 4.
Under 20 seconds left. We'll see if the Highlanders go for a hard count, try and draw the Lancers offside to end this 3rd quarter. No, they'll snap the ball. They'll have a handoff to Garcia going out to the right. Garcia not able to get anything,
Garcia
driven
on the
back.
carry.
That'll be a loss of 1 or 2. Maybe a mistake to run a play there at the end of the 3rd quarter. That's Ryan Ferris. Got the stop there.
Phobia on
And the
stop.
3rd.
That's the end of the 3rd
And the end of the 3rd quarter will
It's the
come.
Lakeland Lancers, 28,
So it'll be
0.
4th down, and I believe that's 4th down and 7 when the Highlanders retake the field in the start of the 4th quarter. I'm Nathan
Get
Philbrick.
ready.
Thank you for
It's
joining us here
time
on
for
Governor Livingston High
Highlander
School
time
television.
number 2.
We are the Highlanders, the best, no doubt. Come on, crowd, let's hear it. Scream and shout. Yell red and blue. Red and blue. Yell we're the best. We're the best. Red and blue, we're the best. Number 1, oh yes.
Let's hear it for our Varsity cheerleading squad.
Let's go, Joe!
So the Highlanders will retake the field on 4th down. Mason Barker was in to punt this one away, still is. Chase Severs waiting to return this one. He'll field that one with a fair catch around the 30-yard line, I believe. So Lakers will start on their own 30. Lakers have had 2 offensive touchdowns in this game, 2 defensive touchdowns, 2 scoop and scores, that being 1 after what looked like an incompletion from Elijah Garcia. Sorry, from Mateo Laloya. What looked like an incompletion from Mateo Laloya, and one after what looked like a dead play after a strip from Dominic Labisi. 2 offensive touchdowns opened the game with a 46-yard run for Joey Hahn, and then followed that up just earlier in the second half with a strike from Pasnick to Chase Severs on a well-blocked for wide receiver screen. Pasnick under center once more, dropping back, throwing far down the right side, and that one attempted to Sean Vanderwert, incomplete. Just through his hands, a bit too high for him. 11:44 left in the game. So, 2nd and 10 here for the Lancers. Pasnick has one man in the backfield. It's Hans. Hans getting a short gain, maybe 2 or 3 yards, and bringing up a 3rd and long for this Lancer squad. Max DiDonato on the stop. Directional loss on the play of 1 yard, so it'll bring up a 3rd and 11 for the Lancers.
3rd down and 11.
Hahn in the backfield again, blocking Pasnick. Quick strike to the right. Another wide receiver screen to Severs. Severs down, making a run off down the field. He'll eventually be brought down by number 17, Connor Jakubowski, but not after entirely flipping the field and getting it down all the way to the 39-yard line on that 3rd and long. And Lakeland will have a 1st down into Highlanders territory.
1st and 10 for Lakeland.
Correction, 40-yard line, not 30. So a 30-yard pass there for Pasnick, and a decent run after catch for Chase Severs. .10:20 left in the game. Pasnick under center again. He'll pitch this one back to Hans. Hans bringing it up left. Hans getting through a gap, getting a 1st down and more for a gain of 16 or 17, depending on where the referees spot it. Correction, that'll be a gain.
Moves the ball down to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10
16, I believe. And another 1st down. So, the Lancers driving early in this 4th quarter. Built up a bit of steam throughout the game. Less than 10 minutes left. Almost down to 9:30. A comeback unlikely for the Highlanders, as Hans switches sides in the backfield with Pasnick. Pasnick will take it himself and run for a decent chunk. That'll be about 6 yards on the keeper. So the Highlander defense just kind of in shambles, unable to stop pretty much anything. Got him to a 3rd down, but haven't been able to get a stop since.
DiDonato on the stop. Second down and 4.
Two men in the backfield for Pasnick. Pasnick will keep this one himself on 2nd down, and that will backfire. Sacked for a loss of 3. looks like it should have been a loss of 4, but Ronald Brown, our line judge, thinks only a loss of 3. So whatever our zebra says, wherever they place the ball, as we get down to 8 minutes. The Lancers are trying to burn as much time off the clock as possible. They'll milk every second they can out of the play clock and give the Highlanders as little time as possible to mount a highly unlikely at this point comeback. .740 left now. Pass the gunner center once more. He'll drop back, look to pass. That one batted down before it reached the line of scrimmage. And this will be a 4th and 8. A field goal attempt from here would be almost a 50-yarder. Unlikely that they're going to attempt it. Or maybe they will. Ronald Thoreau will come out on the field. Sorry, it won't be a 50-yarder. It'll be almost a 40-yarder from this distance.
Ball's on the 23-yard line. 4th and 8. Field goal attempt.
I believe it's almost 40 on the dot for the field goal attempt from Thoreau. His personal best is 23. Snap, hold, that one up and short.
Kick is short.
So no good for Thoreau. 0 for 2 on the day on the field goals. He's gone for real long ones. Hasn't had a field goal attempt inside 40 yards, but the Lancers don't particularly need it. They're leading by 28 in this game, and they're shutting out the Highlanders. GL probably looking at this point to just put some points on the board and make this not a shutout. As that ball...
Highlanders will take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
That ball was not on the 20-yard line. Unless it was caught for a touchback. I don't believe it was. Someone from Governor Livingston, not sure who it was, might have been Connor Jakubowski on the punt return, must have kneeled that one down and ultimately worsened GL's field position as jet sweep here for number 17. Connor Jakubowski will have a gain of nothing for the Highlanders on 1st down. Lucky it's not a loss of 1. Referee's almost moving the Highlanders back 5 yards further with
no gain on the play.
With the spot, but
down and 10.
It is 2nd down and 10. Under 7 minutes left. 5 wide for Mateo Laloya. He'll be forced to pass. Man motioning across the formation. It's number 4, Dominic Labisi. Laloya won't be forced to pass, actually. He'll take it up the middle himself. Has a decent clip. He'll get a 1st down and a bit more. Gain of 12 or 13, depending on the spot of the ball. But a good 1st down to start off the drive. That'll be a gain of 12, and it'll be on the 32-yard line.
Highlander, 1st down, Highlanders. Ball's placed at the 32-yard line.
Student section, as far as I can tell, is still pretty silent. You would hope that they'd be able to bring some energy to this game. Hopefully, you know, maybe earlier in the game after one of those fumbles, they could have energized their team, but no such thing will happen as Laloya will have another keeper here, evading 2 tackles for a gain of 5 up to the 40-yard line, for a gain of 8 up to the 40-yard line, setting up a 2nd and short.
Gain brings up a 2nd down and 2.
5:30 left. Evidently, GL not going too rapidly. Not really much to play for at this point, except for maybe not getting a shutout put up on them by this Lakers defense. Had a field goal and a touchdown in this last game against the Lakers. That's how they totaled their 9 points. Lakers scored 35, 5 touchdowns. As that one Fumbled by Mateo Laloya. It only needs to be pounced on by Elijah Garcia just over the head of Laloya, and it'll move Gio all the way back to, I believe, the 20-yard line. Yet another woe on offense. Just something Coach Pete Remigio will certainly not be pleased with. I don't think he'll be pleased with many things in this game, but that may be the worst of them. Probably not actually the worst of them. The fumbles might be the worst, and that might be the second worst of them. 4:30 now left in the game. A third and
21.
21. Really long. Laloya might just keep this one himself. He's got 2 men in the backfield with him. Labisi and Garcia. They are not going to try and get this one. Just short handoff to Garcia. He'll get a few yards. Sorry, this is Labisi on the carry. He'll almost get back to the line of scrimmage on first down, but just make it past the 30-yard line up to the 31. Will the Highlanders offense stay on the field? They likely won't. This game, frankly, with under 4 minutes left, now 3:40, is almost over. Highlanders put up a decent fight, but not quite able to accomplish all I'm sure Coach Remigio had in mind for them. In addition to getting 2 touchdowns scored on them on offense, which would have put this game up to a 2-score game regardless. They had 2 really unfortunate fumbles. 2 fumbles which might not have been fumbles at all, but, you know, the peanut gallery will have something to say about that, and I will too, but ultimately our opinion does not matter as Mason Barker punts this one away, and Chase Severs will let it roll. Theo Tombo is trying to get Severs, trying to throw Severs into the ball, an interesting tactic there. Also something that is technically weirdly legal in this game, but no such luck, so the Lancers will start on their own 37, I believe, with just a minute left, 59 seconds. At this point, they'll likely kneel it out. If they do, I'm not sure if Coach Pete Remigio will even call his timeouts. He's got 3, but not much he could do. The Lancers do seem to be calling plays. They don't look like they're going to kneel it out. Two guys in the backfield. Number 9, Xavier Gibble. Oh, number 10, Hunter Struble. The freshman, sorry, the sophomore is in at quarterback. Sorry, it's not under a minute left. It's 2:50 left. Our graphics clock camera seemed to have been knocked, and now it's shifting even further left. Not sure who is doing that. Someone is evidently messing with our cameras. Someone will eventually go and fist it. Just shifting further and further left. Someone almost certainly has to be pushing it. It's going back right. 2:20 left in this game as Stubble will hand this one off. Sorry, Struble will hand this one off. Nope, never mind. That was a keeper. Thought he handed it off, but I was mistaken. A short gain of maybe 1 as we tick down to 2 minutes on the clock here at Fry Field.
Trouble on the carry.
So Stubble in the backfield with Aiden Stoker. Stubble trying to throw to his left. Almost completed in and out of the hands of number 12. I believe that is Zach Post. That'll bring up a 4th down, I believe. And with 1:30 left, the Lancers will punt this one back to the Highlanders for what might be one last drive. If I were Coach Pete Remigio, although not much to gain, also not much to lose. If he gets to a 4th down, this might be a 4-down territory type of drive. As punt here from Thoreau. High flyer. That one will not be fielded by Jakubowski, and it will be taken by number 21, Ronan Walker. I could not see the yard line it was on. Near the 40. Correction, not near the 40.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
33-yard line.
1 minute and 23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
So 1:23 left in this game. Lawyer still in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands this one off to, not sure who that was, but a good break through the line for the Lancers defense. That was number 0, Jake Rotkel, the freshman, with that carry for a loss of yards. Managed to shed one guy, but unfortunately there was just another waiting for him. As we pass under a minute left at here, actually. Coach Michio likely to just run this game out. If I were him, I'd probably remove Luloya from the quarterback spot and put somebody else in, but he's keeping him in, as a handoff up the gut for Dominic Labisi will bring us down to 35 seconds. As we pass by 30 seconds, from Coach Remicchio will not call his timeouts. Sorry, that was Tommy Fettis, apparently. Looked like number 4, evidently number 44. One more play potentially for the Highlanders as we near 10 seconds left. This one all but over, as the Highlanders are shut out by the Lancers, 28-0 at home. This one handed off to the freshman Rotkel again, and the clock hits 0. So your final score here from Five Field at Governor Livingston High School: 28 for Lakeland Regional High School, 0 for Governor Livingston High School. My name has been Nathan Philbrick. Thank you for joining me here today on Governor Livingston High School television as we get our handshake line going in the middle of the field. Next week at home, 1 p.m. Saturday, will be a rivalry game against local rivals New Providence. Make sure to tune in or show up to the game if you can. It'll be an exciting one, hopefully. Last year, 17-18, New Prov getting a decent fight put up by GL, but ultimately a missed extra point gave them the win. New Prov got a decent run in the playoffs too for football, so it should be another interesting matchup. Either way, I've been Nathan Philbrick. Thank you for joining me here on Governor Livingston High School television tonight. I would like to thank Mr. Voorhees and our GL TV crew, as always, who will be credited at the end of the video once this is uploaded to the Governor Livingston High School television YouTube. Thank you for joining us. My name is Nathan Philbrick. You can check me out on Nate Philbricks at Nate Philbricks Productions on Instagram. Thank you, and have a good night.